Okay, so what I've done is I've got the dial indicator, and I had the other video showing that. But I think that what I've got, I would get within 4 or 5 thousandths, 10 thousandths, and I think that maybe this, because this extrusion, the rail's not perfect to use this as a guide. So what I'm going to do, and my son suggested, is to go off of this, since this is a machine part. Put it on here, which is a machine part, true it off of this, and then that way, then I know everything's true. So what we're going to do is I am going to turn this up on its side like so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put all the screws in it. I've got a box of screws over here. If I don't have enough, then we'll go over to the lathe and we will make some more. I had to redo the heads of these screws so that they would fit in these holes. So I've already done those. I've got a video on that I've got to upload. I've got some I do so much stuff. I just want a lot of I do a lot of stuff, and so my channel, I can't really gear it toward, say, just building a CNC. I guess I could, but I think that I want a more diverse channel because I have a more diverse life, I guess. I bought a Saturn Sky. It was wrecked. I did all the work myself, fixed it, took it to the body shop. I painted it myself, the hood, the front bumper. And I should have made videos of that, but I really wasn't making videos at the time. So I got to put the fender wells back on it, and I'll do that on the camera. And then my truck, I bought a 2003 GMC Sierra, and it was a flood vehicle, and I did all the work on that. Transmission full of water, not really full of water, but it didn't really run, so it wasn't too bad. But it didn't run after. Well, let me go back. What happened was it went, I guess somebody was going to the lake or the river, and when they went into the wherever they were, like probably going into a boat dock, I would assume, and putting a boat in the water, the boat and the truck was going into the ramp, I guess, and the brakes, these trucks are notorious for the brake lines rusting out. So I think what happened was, just coincidentally, while he was putting that boat in the water, the brakes went out, and I think the truck went back in the water with it, or it went in just kept going somewhere. It was around water, so the engine was completely full of water, transmission full of water, but it had never been driven. So once it flooded, it stopped the engine. It didn't. So the transmission had water in it, but it never circulated. So until dummy me got the motor started and circulated the water. If I would have just drained the pan out of the transmission, I wouldn't have had to go through all the trouble of redoing the transmission fluid, flushing it all out, and that took a while. But I flushed all that out. The engine, when it took the spark, I drained all the water out of the engine, which that drained for about 2 minutes of nothing but water. Then the oil came out, which is kind of good, because then the oil was on top. It kind of floated the oil, and then when it came out, it coated everything with oil. But then when I went to start it, the cylinders were full of water. So took out the spark plugs, and water shot out 10 feet in the air when I did that. So needless to say, I got it running. And it runs good. And so now I got the windows. Windows won't roll up, so I bought a window switch assembly. It just came in today. The four-wheel drive unit's not coming on, and I believe that is the standard problem with the ground on the frame, which I found out on YouTube. So I've got to do that, and then on the Saturn Sky, and then the horn doesn't work. Other than that, it's ready to be inspected. So I've got to do an inspection on it, and then get the title work started so I can start driving it. And then on the Saturn, the hood was wrecked, the front bumper was tore up, so I had to buy a new hood, new bumper, and those parts are extremely hard to find for Saturn Skies. But other than that, everything else is fine. And so all I needed left, the only thing I have left to do on that car, I've got to find one bracket for the front that got messed up, and then I've got to put the fender wells on, which I plan to do that tomorrow. And that car is totally done, and I'm just waiting on the title so I can get the title work, get that inspected and get the title work done. And once that's done, I got a couple cars around here that I'm going to get rid of because I got too many cars. And so yeah, and then I'm cutting the trees down and building the CNC and buying all these tools, and so I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing. And then I've got the airplane that I'm going to start working on. As soon as I get the CNC done, then I'm going to start cutting parts for that, because ultimately that's what this is for, is to build the airplane kit to sell. So that's my next project, is after I get this done, is to start the airplane parts. And there's no telling what I'll do in between. It just, you know, I do a lot. So then I'm doing the HCG diet, full-time job. I was thinking about getting into hotshot trucking, but I'm not sure about that. My wife's coming here from the Philippines. Well, I'm dropping everything, so let's start. So my wife's coming here from the Philippines probably in, we've been waiting almost 2 years for the visa, so that process is almost over with. So she'll probably be here the end of January. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start a YouTube channel ourselves there. Not sure what we'll be doing, but we'll figure something out. And so yeah, that's all the stuff that's going on right now. And just doing this takes forever. Put these screws in here, and this rail doesn't want to cooperate and stay up like I want it to, so slide it over there. So anyway, this is probably overkill, putting on two rails, but that's what I want to do, because I want this thing to be extremely accurate, and I want it to be I want it to not be able to do this, so that it'll be impossible for it to do a twisting with the upper rails and the lower rails. It just won't be able to do it. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm not sure if you guys want more talking, or if you just want more video and me to shut up and fast forward through this kind of stuff. I mean, it's all part of, I got to do it, and it's part of it. I've also got to build a stand for my mill over there, and just, I got a lot to do. It just takes time, and once I get this airplane business off the ground, I'll have a lot more time to do everything I want to do. But it just takes money and time. So, and I like to kind of do everything myself. So anyway, still got a lot to do on this thing, but I'm excited to get it up and running. And I've also got to put a plate. I got to cut out a notch. I'm gonna cut out a notch on here, a groove in here, about an eighth of an inch deep, and that's for the plate to fit in for the bearing to mount to, and then that will that'll that plate will be done, and then I'll have both upper and lower rails on. So yeah, that too. So anyway, I might just be quiet until I get all these done. Oh, I got a power bank too, so now I've got a power bank and I've got 4 hours of video I can record, so I'm not too concerned about stopping the video every 10 minutes. But I'm really wanting to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing, because I hate making a video and then you all can't see. And I think my problem before was I was trying to zoom in and zoom out, and it was messing everything up. So because I needed the wide angle so y'all can see everything. So, but this whole thing is designed by me, and Joe CNC, I did a little bit of stuff with him, with his like the side rails or the side plates, and then everything else pretty much this. I mean, even the side plates are a little different because I'm putting the upper and lower, and I made mine bigger, and I put 3 bearings on the front because my spindle's so damn heavy. I mean, the spindle weighs 40 pounds, 50 pounds, I don't know, it's heavy. So that's one thing I did different. And he even commented, he says, you know, why was, because I know Joe, and he commented that they hold like 2,300 pounds or something. There's no reason for 3. But like I said, I'm building this to be very robust, because it's going to be doing a lot of work, I'm hoping. So, and I'm even thinking about putting another axis on it, but that'll be later. So I'm gonna have to go to the lathe here in a minute and make my screws smaller, the heads, because I'm out and I need to finish up this rail. I got the other rail to do, so I may end up needing to order more of these screws. But the lathe makes it very, very easy. So we're gonna have to go get some more screws made. So that's what we're gonna do now with this box of brand new screws. See if the heads, they won't fit inside of there. So what I got to do is I'm gonna come over here to the lathe, which it's dark over here because I haven't got my lights installed yet. So it's something else I got to do. See, just everything is just got a lot to do. So anyway, I'll just put these in there like that, turn the lathe on, and come up and I want to see that one because I don't want to take too much off of them, and I think that was too much. I'm gonna back it out a little bit. Okay, set that one over there. It'll work. I just don't want to get too small. Let's see what I'm gonna back it out. Now that I did that for some reason. Let me go see how that looks. And so you just take a little bit, you take that off there, and then it fits in these holes. I want to make sure I have a little bit of play. It's not quite enough, so I'll take off a little bit more, and I have a nice shop once I get all this done finally. I want to take off a little bit more. Let's try that. Came in a little fast on that one. The only thing I wish this had a lock on it to where you could lock it, and then because you can accidentally grab it, and I don't like that. So I think this will be good. Just don't want to take off too much. The ones you get from China are already like that. That's the problem. So yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we'll do them all that way. And I got another box here. I don't think I drilled those, did I? Nope. Or fixed those. So I got to get all this mess cleaned up. And it is what it is. It is a mess. So I'm probably gonna have to buy some more screws, I would say. Okay, so let's put these like this. There we go. All right, so we're gonna just do these one at a time. I gotta quit grabbing that. I keep wanting to grab that handle right there. Eventually I won't, but for right now I just want to keep grabbing that handle. So maybe I should turn it up just a little bit. Okay. So I don't need to do all these right now. Let's get that. Well, yeah, I do, because I got to get the other rail on, and I didn't have nowhere near enough. So off there. Craziness. I can't find these screws anywhere. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm taking a little more off than I took off before. Let me put it about there. Okay, try that. Because before I wasn't having to clean the threads off, so. That's a little better. Okay. You know, people get bored looking through these videos and seeing all this you know, like just doing this over and over again. It's like, oh man, you could just edit that out and wouldn't have to watch it. Yeah, you could. The thing is, this is really the time that it takes to do this. You just, you know, they just see that, you know, it's real quick and easy. You put it together in 2 hours and you got a CNC. You know, it took 3 weeks to do it, you know. Well, yeah, you can edit it all out, but geez, man, you're missing the work that goes into doing it. That actually is what makes it kind of fun, just to edit it out just for the sake of having a fast start to finish video. I don't know, can do it, I guess, but I'm not sure what's best when you're doing something like this. Show every step, or just not show every step and just kind of, oh, start to finish, it was so easy, when it's really not that easy. And not to mention the fact that you got other stuff you're doing in between. Like I also do, I'm working on some aircrete stuff, which is the lightweight concrete, and I'm thinking that would be something that would be great for the Philippines. Very cheap, very easy to do. I've got my generator to make my foam to make the aircrete. If you don't know what aircrete is, look it up. You basically use foam and add it with Portland cement to make a very lightweight concrete, and it actually floats. But it's not really structurally strong. I mean, you can make it strong enough to make walls and stuff if you put a little bracing in it, but it floats. It's so light it floats. I mean, if you were to build a wall, if you were to build a 4x8 wall, you could probably pick it up by yourself. And if you put reinforcement in it, you could actually use it for a wall. I mean, let's face it, they're using bamboo right now, so how could that not be stronger than bamboo? If you're, you know, if you build a wall out of Portland cement, and another thing about it too is you can take a torch to it and it is flame retardant. I mean, it literally you can take a flame to it for hours and you won't feel it. It won't even get hot. So I mean, so in the Philippines, when it gets hot, it's a great insulator for you know, just the heat. So I mean, it's got some real properties that you could really use in the Philippines. And another thing that I'm looking at is the HCG diet in the Philippines that I'm doing. There's people in the Philippines now that are getting overweight because of McDonald's. I mean, when you go to the Philippines, it's not as third world as what people make it out to be. You've got McDonald's, you've got KFC, you've got Burger King, you've got Wendy's, you've got Pizza Hut. You know, so you've got a lot of fast food restaurants that we have in America. And the weird thing is, that the food is so much cheaper there. You go to Wendy's and stuff, it's crazy how cheap it is, and it's like, wait a minute, you know, in a way I think we're subsidizing some of that, but anyway, they love the McDonald's, and they love this one place called Jollibee, and Jollibee is a fast food, you know, burgers and chicken, and so they're getting overweight. The Philippine people are getting overweight. So I'm thinking if I could do this diet, that's another reason I'm doing this diet start to finish, daily, and is to show the weight loss and how it works and how good it is, so that I can maybe, when I go to the Philippines, talk to a doctor there about possibly figuring out a way to do some weight loss centers, because the diet is so cheap that it can be done in the Philippines, and they could actually afford it. It's not super expensive. I mean, your 15-day round, if you figure your total cost is probably, you're talking $60 for the, and that's probably, the HCG is probably not $60. That's our cost now because it's so hard to get. You're probably looking at 20 bucks for the HCG if you get it through a doctor, prescription in the Philippines. So $20 for 15 days, that's $1 a day. So you're talking $1 a day, and then the colloidal silver and all that, that's minimal because you can get so much out of each dose or each bottle. So you're probably looking at maybe $2 a day is your total cost for the diet. Now $2 a day in the Philippines, they can afford that for a good diet. So and you'd probably get So each day, I guess you would charge $4 probably. You would double the money on the medicine and on the so that's how much you would make at the clinic. Whether there's enough people that would actually do it, I don't know. But for the Philippine people, it's worth it because they're getting overweight, and it's a big problem there. So anyway, that's one thing I'm looking at doing. And then I also want to take my airplane business. Once I get everything, all the machining and stuff for the parts and all the tooling done, just getting containers and getting a shipping container and shipping it all over there. And then I'm going to produce this kit in the Philippines. So that's what all this is about, is getting that final kit done. So that's the whole point of all this. There's an end game I got for all this. I'm not just building a CNC for fun. I'm building it for a business. So the only issue I've got right now is canopies. Where to get the canopies at? Because there was a guy that used to make them named Todd's Canopies, and he passed away in an airplane accident. And I'm not sure if anybody's doing it anymore or not, or if they've just stopped making them, so I have to look that up. I don't know, but that's who I was going to get the canopies from. But that's not an option anymore, so may have to end up doing them myself, learning how to do it, something else. Somebody obviously makes them because you can get canopies, so I'll have to find that out. So anyway, it's fun. But right now, there's really nobody even watching these videos. I don't have really any subscribers. And it takes a bunch of likes and stuff for people to watch it. So, and I don't have that right now. So I'll just plug away at it till I get her done. That's all I can do. But people usually take this, and they take a grinder, and they take these heads, and they'll grind them off. I was like, oh my God, that would take forever. I don't even want to think about it. So, plus I've got this parts down there. I'm making push-pull tubes for the Zenith aircraft, which I haven't. I gotta get working on that now. And I make the wing fairings for the Zenith airplane, so I do a lot of airplane work. So anyway, not much I haven't done. So that's why my videos are, that's why I have a lot of different videos, a lot of different subjects, a lot of different things I do. I might even put the aircrete one up there, I don't know. But as soon as I get some subscribers, I'll get comments and figure out what everybody wants to see. I can do more of that. But Monday I'm supposed to buy a car, so I'm going to see about that. I might do that live on video also, when I buy the car and then going to get it and the whole 9 yards. It's a flood car. It's another Saturn Sky, but it's a red line, so it's turbo. So then I'll sell the car that I got out there, and that turbo will be the one I keep. So that's my plan. And then Monday go to Red Robin, and I'm going to eat me a whiskey ribbon burger because I love them, and I love food too much. don't have to worry about my GoPro dying because I bought a power bank and it's a pretty big one, so I was tired of having to worry about my videos going off. So now I don't have to worry about that, I hope. But we'll see. But uploading long videos takes forever. So I couldn't imagine doing this in the Philippines. But these are stainless steel and it's cutting these great. I love this this little lathe I bought. Haven't used it much yet. I'm getting around to it. Little at a time. I've made 2 projects with it so far, one for work and one for here. And these screws, of course. But anyway, about 20 more, 30 more to do. I don't know. Shoot, a lot. A lot of people say putting the threads in the chuck, but it hasn't hurt them. So, and I'm not cranking them down really super tight, so I think it'll be all right for now. I wish I had some kind of quick change chuck on this thing, or put me a. Nah, that wouldn't even work. As I say, put something threaded and just thread it in. That'd take forever. So. Probably the fastest way to do it's what I'm doing right now. It just takes forever. I love my little bit set for this too. They're really nice. So I'm also going to be building a 12-foot magnetic brake. Works off a magnet, and I got the wire out in the garage. The wire was $1,000. I gotta get around to doing it. But for now, I'm pretty much done buying tools. And the only other thing I need for the lathe or the CNC, I need to buy the rack for the racking pinion. And once I do that, I think I've got pretty much everything I need. A few little things here or there probably, but mainly I got what I need. I put in a new panel, new service panel, because I had too much electric coming in here for what I was doing down here. And yeah, it's just getting it all done now. Now I'm finally getting ahead, which is nice. I got a nice tax write-off this year with all this equipment I bought. So, it costs money. And hopefully it all pays off in the end. So normally I go to work Sunday night, but I don't have to work tonight. That's this Sunday night. The good thing is we got all these holidays coming up, so that's gonna give me a lot more days off to finish this up. And I'm not even thinking about my vacuum system yet. I'm probably gonna run 4 vacuums, and then what I think I'm gonna do is I'll have a specific parts that I make. So with those parts, what I'll do is I'll take my particle board or my medium density fiber board, and those will lay in an exact spot. And then each time I make those parts, I can direct the vacuum to be exactly where those parts are at. So I don't have to have nearly as much vacuum to vacuum the whole table down. I can vacuum, I can have the sheet do exactly where I want to vacuum, and it'll know exactly where I'm going to be cutting it, and just cut the same thing over and over again. That way I don't even need, I won't even have a sacrificial sheet, because it'll always be cut in the same place. So kind of what I'm thinking now, is I can direct the vacuum exactly where I want it if I do that. And then my sheet will lay in the same spot every time with reference points. And then my program, of course, it'll cut the same every time. And so it should work out to where I can use my sacrificial piece over and over and over again. I really never have to change it. And then I'll just direct my vacuum holes. I'll put like a thin layer of melamine, or the white melamine stuff, or even laminate, and laminate the sheet underneath it, and then exactly where the parts are at, cut that out in a square, and that square will be where the vacuum will be. So the vacuum will be directed exactly where I need it. And that's what I'm thinking. Then I can actually turn those zones on through solenoids, and I can actually, when the CNC gets to a certain cut, the program will tell a solenoid to open up, which will make that vacuum work in that specific spot. So I really would only really need one vacuum pump, because unless it's a big sheet, then it would turn all of them on. So I'm thinking about 4 vacuum pumps, and then it could just turn one vacuum pump on for a small part that it's cutting each time. So I don't know, we'll see. That gets awful complex. I'll probably do like everybody else and just vacuum the whole table down. But just a thought. I got about 20 more of these, I guess, then I'll be done. Now hopefully I have enough to do both sides. I'd like to get that done tonight and get the gantry put together, and then I gotta make a plate for the gantry. Start mounting the rack and pinions stuff on it. Knock out all the machining, have it done. That'd be great. Big mess to clean up in the yard, cutting down trees, which I'm uploading that video right now. It's called redneck tree cutting. Just went out there and cut down a bunch of trees with the Sawzall today. Actually, Sawzall's not bad cutting trees down. It does a pretty good job with a 20-inch blade. That's what today's project was. I got it done. About ready to fall on all the cars. Anywhere you parked underneath it, every time you parked under it, you was afraid it was going to fall on your car. So now it's gone, and I got to figure out how to get rid of the base. I'm probably going to burn the base. I'll just drill holes in it. We're just going to burn it because it's pretty rotten anyway. Let it burn from inside. Probably going to be the plan. But we'll see. Probably record that too. Why not? Record everything. May just leave a GoPro on my head permanently and just record my life. Everything I do. I wonder how interesting that would be. Probably boring. Actually, I gotta do a lot of really neat stuff. My nickname was Crazy Jeff, so because nobody knew what I was ever gonna do next. So, why not? One time I had a race car in the driveway. Had this bright idea I was gonna get in a NASCAR or ARCA, and went and bought a race car. Went to North Carolina, bought a body, and then I found out the engines are $16,000 a piece. Nobody wanted to sponsor me. I don't know why. I mean, I was gonna either tear it up or I wasn't gonna not win by trying. Let's put it that way. If I'm not trying. I was gonna win the race or tear it up. That was gonna be my philosophy. So I had a boat in my driveway that was as big as my house almost. You could literally get on the boat, and I bought it in Florida when I lived in Florida, and it was huge. a huge boat. I've done all kinds of stuff. Crazy thought comes to mind. My brain can't turn it off. It wants to do it. Alright, so. Alright, so. Get rid of this and one more. And then we're done. Alright, there we go. I think I hit that. Let me do that one again. Let me do that again. No, I guess not. No, maybe it was already small. It's just weird. All right, let's go see what we got. Oh, my legs are sore from sitting that long. Let me see if this fits in there, because that didn't... Yeah, see, something was wrong about that one. I knew that. That's weird. Oh, well. As long as these work, I'm happy. I don't know what happened with that one. It just didn't seem right when I ran it through there. I've also got to cut off the ends. I need to cut a foot off each one of those other ones I got, and the rails. Yep. Probably lower that down a little bit. And I just sometimes get tired of talking. So let's get this one done. Then on the next one, I'll probably fast forward it, just knock it out. I just hope I have enough screws. There we go. Okay, now use the rest of these T-nuts. And put these on. Drop it into place. And then finish her up. So I wish YouTube would let you play music or something, but I can't even have music in the background. I used to keep my TV on if I worked. I'd have my TV on 24 hours a day down here, but I can't do that with YouTube because they'll copyright me. I don't know if you can do YouTube videos in the background. If you're making your video, I don't know whether they're copyrighted or not. I kind of guess they are. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I need about 20 more T-nuts, and then this will be finished. So let me go get another. Oh, wait a minute, there's more in here. Couldn't see them. I like these bags. Of course, they're made in China, like everything else. I don't know what we're going to do if we don't start manufacturing in America anymore. We don't make anything here. If we had a war, we'd be screwed. We couldn't even make nothing. Wouldn't be like the old days where they can gear up for war. We would be absolutely screwed. We'd have to call China and ask them to send us tanks and shit. Hey, you guys, we want to fight you. Can you give us some tanks? Now we have a pretty good military. We just couldn't replenish our stuff. It's a problem fast enough. No, we have a great military, I should say. But we'd have to, and during a war, you got to replenish that stuff. But anyway, not even that. Just if we had jobs here, we'd have the government would have plenty of money. But for some reason, they can't understand that. Money fixes everything. So, I guess that's what I was told. Oh, hang on. I see a problem. I see a screw down in here that was part of the... Okay, that can go down there. That's fine. All right, so I got to get this in here. And it don't want to just drop down in there. You got to straighten all these things. All right, like that one, that one, that one. There it's going. That one, that one, that one, that one for real. Oh, look, it dropped all the way down. All right, so you got that one there. Looky there. All right, now we'll push these in. There we go. I want it perfectly even with the edge, which it is. And all right, so there we go. Now, see, they have that much play. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to get some kind of way to line those two up. I got to make some kind of plate or something. And figure it out. So I'm going to have a plate that fits against here and runs this way, I guess. And can line it up, because it's definitely not going to work. I could leave them a little loose probably and just let the bearing run on it and let the bearings do it, but probably going to have to come on the side. If I snug them, then I can move it still and tap it with a hammer. The problem with tapping it with a hammer is the indicator is so sensitive that it messes up. So anyway, that'll be the next task, is getting all this stuff exactly right. So there, get this out of the way. Now see, that's the head of that's almost too big. It's just, it actually is too big, so that's going to have to come out of there. I'm going to have to, that's weird. Look at that. I think I got a bad T-nut. Yep, that's what's wrong with it. I got a bad T-nut. Ay, 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 ay. And hopefully it'll lay down just exactly where it's supposed to be so I can grab it again. I'm pretty sure I got a bad T-nut. Let me get another screw. If I do, then I doubt that a new screw is going to help me any. I think that yep, I don't know what's wrong with it. Anyway, we'll leave that one loose for now. One of them is not going to kill me if it's not in there. I'm going to get a dust cover. Dust cover for each one of these. Just all takes time. Nice. I could probably do it the same way. This side rail isn't gonna. This side rail is gonna be in the same spot. So if I take the dial indicator and if I can get it down here, like so, and then turn it onto the base of this one, like so. Problem is I can't see it. I guess I could do this upside down. Let me see. Turn this, flip this upside down like this, turn on the magnet, pull it, loosen that a little bit, and then bring it out. I'd rather. There we go. Now I need to loosen this and turn it some so that it is right there. And then zero it. Okay. That's awful nice. I'm just doing my own, which is weird. So I'm 3/1000ths off on just the top of that. So, So now if I want to come up here and do the top, how would I do that? See, I think that's what I was going to try to do. But I can't get up there high enough, I don't think. Unless I turn that around. Hang on. Spin this, flip this over so that that's on the bottom. Probably like it's supposed to be. Tighten that up, loosen this up. Bring this around. Alright, and then I could bring that all the way up. Okay, there we go. Or maybe down just a little bit. That might work. That might work. I need that right there. Just like that. Now, see if that's my starting point. So if that's my starting point, okay, so So you can bring that over to 0. Snug it up. So snug it up. Maybe this will be fairly easy to do. Top one anyway, off of itself. Then do the bottom off of itself. Okay. Apparently. When you tighten it up, it tends to want to move. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'm not worried about that little bitty bit. There we go. Yeah, use one rail to line the other rail up. It seems like a much better plan. It's not bad. Just need to tighten them up. Yep. There we go. I'm thinking I could even get a little bit closer, but Nice. Nice. That's pretty good right there. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we're just a thousandth back and forth. Just need to bring it past a little bit. Too much. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Yep, I'm gonna have to get a clamp probably to bring that in that much. So, but yeah, it can be done. Get my little clamp here. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Yep, I might tighten her up right there. There we go. All right. Yeah, I can live with that. So let's see what happens when I tighten it up. Beautiful. Gonna come a little bit further than that on that one. Didn't want to fall off. Zero. Let's see if it stays there. Yep. I'm not exactly sure you're going to get it perfect everywhere, but yeah, this thing doesn't want to grab. I can't get it to stay tight enough because of the angle. Okay. Anyway, it can be done. My problem is I can't get it to hold. I do that? I gotta hold it. Man, look at that. It's like, yeah, I can't beat that. That wasn't good. Shit. Oh, come on. Perfect. Okay. Okay, let's look at it. Oh, don't like that. One little spot. Yep, and they're not tight. So, fix that little spot. I think it needs to come, yep, it needs to come in. So move it down just a little bit. There we go. Hopefully it'll tighten down and stay there. The smoother these are, the less they wear on your motors. So, all right, let's see what that did. A little bit right there. Yeah, I can live with that all the way down. Right there. Loosen that up a little bit. So I need to bring it in. It's a little bit right here. Right there. All right. That should do it. Perfect. Okay. Same thing. Look at that. Just came to zero all by itself. I'd say that where I started at zero, that right there, needs to come in a little bit. Right to there. There we go. And now we're going to go down. Okay, just needs to come in a little bit. See if it's tight. Nope. Nope. And nope. Okay. Well, it didn't take much, did it? Okay. Do some more right here. Yeah. Okay. Probably got one tight somewhere. Nope. Oh, yep, right there. Came right to 0. Okay. All right. I'm feeling this one's no. I think I'm hitting the rail there, or the extrusion. Yep, there we go. This should be one of the last ones. About as good as I'm going to be able to get it. Okay, so I'll bring this in just a little bit. Should be getting close to the end of the ones I got to do. Okay. Hmm. Not sure if I'm chasing my tail here. Yes, I think I've messed up my reading somewhere. And I'm just doing this again now. But if I gotta do it again, I'll do it again. All right. See a little spot right here. That's gonna be about it. I don't think I'm gonna try to fight it much more. Let's see, I didn't think I could get it unless I loosen that one. That's it. That's it. I'm happy with that. I don't think I'm going to get it much better than that. All right, so that rail's done. I can tighten up all these. She ain't moving. She's going to be locked in where she's at. And now I can, I think I could start making my top plate on my side plate to put this bearing on, or the two bearings. That's that weird one. Might just take that one out. I'm not going to do this whole rail for one. Oh, it's like every other one. It's like I think I'm going to get to where I got them all tight. I find one that's loose. It's like the second one. Just to put a rail on. I think I've been down here a couple hours now just to get this rail put on. And it's only one rail. We got another one over there. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to line up this last couple here because I couldn't have, this was in my way. There we go. All right, we run her down one more time just to see what she looks like. Good. Happy with that. Okay, so now what I'm looking at is I can put this on top and see how far off this one is. Okay, so could maybe what I want to do is flip this one up and then run it over like so. It's got to come up because this has to lock onto here like so. Then this can go over, and I want it to be about right there. just like that. I can go down. Where's our 0? Right there, close to it. Okay. Now this to be right there. Lock that in. Come to 0. But actually, I gotta have it away from those holes. So right there. Now I need to be at 0. Oh, great. I don't need them on there anyway. They drive me crazy. Okay. There we go. Let's see how far off this is. Not terrible, except for right there. It really goes down. Okay, so we'll tackle that one maybe later. I'm gonna go take a break and then we'll get this thing wrapped up. So